What's going on, you guys? My name is Josh, also known as Harry Tornado, and my full-time job is selling things on eBay and making YouTube videos about it. And I run my eBay business out of my garage here. And as you can tell, it is not the most organized thing in the world. These are all the things that I've recently purchased at thrift stores and yard sales and places like that to sell on eBay, and I have not yet listed this. So today I'm gonna get all this organized. We need to just make this space more functional, more organized, more enjoyable to be in, because I think that's incredibly important when you are self-employed and you work from home. Having a workspace that you enjoy being in and a workspace that makes it easy to get work done is incredibly important to foster an environment of productivity. I went to Lowe's today and got 2 of these 5-tier metal wire shelving units. These will work great for moving all of the inventory off the tables and onto the shelf. I want to get rid of one of the tables, thin out some of this inventory, maybe throw some of it away, maybe donate it back to Goodwill if it's worth it, maybe give it away for free, put it beside the road and let anybody who wants it come and get it. But either way, we've got to get this thing fixed today. And in today's video, that's exactly what we're going to do. Before we get into it today, I just want to take a quick second to thank you for clicking on this video today. If this is your first time here, you've never seen one of my videos before, I'm so sorry. Usually my videos are a lot less hectic and unorganized than this. Actually, my videos are usually unorganized. But either way, thank you for being here. If you enjoy videos about eBay and thrifting and reselling for a profit, be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't yet. I think the first thing we need to do today is just clear off this table and move all this stuff to the side, out of the way, so we have this floor area over here to work with, so I can put the shelves together and put the shelves there. Then we could go through the inventory that we took off the table and determine what we want to donate, what we want to throw away, what we want to actually put on the shelf. That wasn't too bad. Obviously, it's really messy right now. We've got this random stuff here. We got all the random stuff back there. But the most important thing is that this area is now clean and ready for us to put those wire shelves in the spot. We got everything opened up. That's what it looks like. Shelves are over there. The pipes are over there. You just put the pipes together, put the little spacers on, put the shelves on, and you're good to go. Bada boom, bada bing. It's supposed to look like that. Let's use some video editing magic and fast forward to that point. And there we go. One shelf ready to go. I would say one tip if you guys are wanting to build wire shelves like this is when you're trying to figure out the spacing for each shelf, just get one of the bins that you plan on using on the shelf and like put it there so you know exactly how much distance to fit in between each shelf. Like these bins, this shelf can probably fit, I don't think it could fit 3, maybe 2 comfortably, or maybe 2 like sideways so it doesn't stick out. But either way, it's gonna slide in there pretty much perfectly, and each shelf is evenly spaced, so I can fit these bins on the bottom shelf, that shelf, that shelf, that shelf, and the top shelf. Tons of space on this wire shelf.
20 minutes later.
Now that both shelves are up, assembled, and ready to be put to use, now we need to go through all the stuff we took off the table in the beginning and kind of sort it out. Like, what do I want to put on the shelf? What do I want to redonate to Goodwill? What do I want to just throw away? So I'm not sure that I'll show that to you guys because I don't think that'll be very interesting, but I'm going to sort through everything now, get everything, you know, where I want it, and then I'll fast forward to show you what the shelves look like once they are stocked with everything I want to keep.
2 hours later.
You can see there's not much left behind me, a few little random things, but those are like personal items I'm probably going to put back in the house. We've got both the shelves up. I've got everything that I want to keep on the shelf. I also cleared off the second table over here, so look at how much better my death pile looks now that we got everything organized. I am so happy with how it turned out. It's not even that crowded on the shelf. I thought it was gonna be really crowded, like putting all that stuff on the shelf, but we have 3 bins. I have 2 bins just of shoes that need to be cleaned and listed. I put all my VCRs and stereo stuff up there on the top. It's looking really, really, really good. Oh, UPS is here. I wonder what I'm getting today. But this table's mostly cleaned off. I still have this big TV, which won't fit on that shelf anywhere. I guess it could fit on top, but I didn't want to put it on the top. And I kind of use that to play Mario Golf anyway. So looking pretty good in here. So it's not perfect yet. Obviously, I want to get that back there kind of a little bit more organized than it is right now. I want to move the weight bench over. I have this little shelf over here that just has just a bunch of random stuff on it. I want to get that cleared off and just get everything perfect in here, make it really easy to move around, really easy to just get work done. I've still got a little death pile over here, but these are items that are already cleaned and ready to be listed, so we can work through those this week. I got to figure out what to do with my priority mail shoe boxes. Again, I want to build a little shelf up there to put those up. But I think for one day, we have made some very serious improvements to the eBay garage. I am going to take on one more project in today's video. I needed something to go on the wall of my office. Ever since we took everything down and painted, I haven't put anything up on the wall yet, and that doesn't really look great, and also it's causing a good amount of echoes in my YouTube videos when I'm recording in the office. Some of you guys have noticed already that my videos are kind of more echoey in there because there's nothing on the wall to dampen the sound waves. They're just hitting the wall and coming right back into the camera. So I wanted to make something that would look good on the wall and also be functional as a sound dampener. So we're going to tackle that today.
Later.
I started working on this and I totally forgot to actually film the beginning of it. So basically I started with a sheet of like 8-inch plywood. That's like $6 at Lowe's. Then I got 2 of these pieces of pine wood. These are like, I don't know, like that big. It doesn't really matter. It's just for looks. And then I used my Sawzall over there and cut them to the appropriate length. And then I'm going to use my air nailer gun thing to nail all these together. And then I'll show you what we're going to do with it. That's what it looks like once everything is all put together. The wood just kind of frames it out, and we're going to hang it on the wall horizontally like that. And of course we need to put something in the middle of here to make it actually soundproof, because a solid piece of wood is not any more soundproof than the regular wall would be. But this is just how it looks at this step. We put just ran the brad nailer along the edge here, nailed it all over the sides. I was gonna put some wood glue, but I realized I was out of wood glue, so I'm thinking it'll be okay with just the brad nails. If it falls down, we'll glue it later. I was gonna stain this, but before I did that, I wanted to sand down the edges a little bit to make it a little bit smoother so I don't get any splinters or anything if I accidentally touch it on the wall. But my Chicago Electric Harbor Freight sander doesn't work anymore, so I had to just hand sand it with that little piece of sandpaper right there. So it took a while, but everything's nice and smooth now, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some stain. The only stain I have currently is some dark walnut stain, so I would probably prefer a lighter stain on this since it's going on the dark wall, but I can water down the dark walnut a little bit and make it not so dark. We're just going to stain the outside, and I'm not going to worry about this because this is going to be covered up later on. So I just finished staining this thing. I think it's looking pretty good. You know, some of the cuts are a little rough, but I was just using a Sawzall instead of a miter saw or anything like that, and I just did 1 coat of stain. Like I said, I didn't stain any of this because we're going to cover it, but so far I think it's looking pretty good, pretty decent for something that's just going to sit on the wall and probably never be seen by anybody but me. But what I want to put in here, so I found this stuff at Goodwill the other day. I think it's like a mattress topper for like a twin size mattress, and it was 4 pieces. And this stuff is really, really good. It's like this eggshell crate stuff. It's really good for dampening sound. And I thought it was going to fit in here. I mean, it fits, but it's not long enough. It's definitely not long enough. And I don't want to combine them because then you're going to be able to see a seam, and it's just not going to look good. So I think I'm going to go to Target or something to see if we can find a whole one of these, like a twin size. I think if I get a twin size mattress topper like this, I should be able to cut it to fit right in the gap there on that piece of plywood.
3 hours later.
So my Target trip turned into a Goodwill trip, which turned into another Goodwill trip, which turned into a Hobby Lobby trip. But I think I have all the ingredients left to finish making this thing today. So I couldn't find the mattress stuff, like the big twin size of this stuff at Target. They had something similar, but it was like $50. And I was like, what if I took like a shag bathroom rug that should be about this same size and get that? And I found one that would have worked, but it was also like $40. And I'm like, I'm not gonna spend that much money on this stuff. So that's when I left Target and went to Goodwill looking for a rug or something I could maybe cut up and fit into this slot here. And I found, actually the second Goodwill I went to, I found 2 blankets. This one's like just like a gray, almost like a moving blanket. And this one's like a fleece blanket. So I think I'm gonna use this blanket to pad the back a little bit for some extra sound absorption, and then cover it with this one. And instead of just being like a blank red canvas, I got this sign at Hobby Lobby that says "Be kind." It's a little feminine, but whatever. You could make it say whatever you want. You could order one custom from like somebody that makes like custom woodworking, but for purposes of today's video, this sign is going to be what we're going to use. So I'm going to sand this down, try to get the black paint off, probably stain it the same color as this would if we can make it look good. If it looks bad, I'll probably just end up painting it white or black or something. And let's see if we can make it look pretty good. Also found this stuff at these picture frames at Goodwill for $5 a piece, and I'm probably gonna like paint the frame black with black spray paint, and then put the foam over here on each of these and hang these on the wall. That way I'll have even more sound protection in the office for not a ton of money. I got both blankets cut and placed into place, and I was working on the sign here. It was black, if you guys remember. There's a good angle for it. It was black. I sanded it, and it's not made of real wood. It's made of like pressed board or something, so there's no wood grain. So I stained it the same stain as I did earlier, but it's too dark. So then I just sanded it again to make it kind of rustic. So it's not perfect, but I think it'll do. That's what it looks like with the 2 blankets cut and placed into the frame, and then we just place the words kind of somewhere near the middle, like that. It's not perfect, but the padding of the 2 blankets will really help absorb the sound coming off of me out of my mouth, and it'll help keep it from reverberating and echoing back into the microphone. So that was pretty cool. Again, it's not perfect. I wish I would have had like a black fleece. I think black would have been a little bit cooler, and maybe a different word like hustle or something. I don't know. This is just pretty not too bad, I guess, for an afternoon project.
The next day.
I'm assuming I have used a lot of those time transition clips from SpongeBob in today's video. I did finish mostly everything over last night while we were eating dinner and shortly after, so I figured I'd start the camera again today and show you what everything looks like. So obviously I'm in my office now. This is what the thing looks like on the wall. I didn't know if I want to put it over there or over here, but I feel like when you walk in, like it's just easier to see over there. So that's what it looks like. Again, a little feminine, but it's functional. Like that blanket, there's 2 layers of blanket on there that really keep the sound from hitting that wall and bouncing back. So that's really cutting down on a ton of echo right there. The words are just brad nailed into the actual plywood on the back, so we could always change it and like add some metal words or whatever. Nothing is incredibly permanent. I still need to get something to put on this wall. I actually thought about putting my bubble wrap, like storing my bubble wrap up along here, like on some bungee cords, just to do something with the bubble wrap because it doesn't fit in the closet, and also that would really help cut down the echo on that side. And here are those picture frames that I got at Goodwill yesterday for $5 a piece. I spray painted them black, cut out some rectangles of that foam that we got at Goodwill, and hot glued that onto the picture frame itself, and then spray painted everything black again. So as I sit here and record the podcast or do YouTube videos or anything like that, this is going to absorb a lot of the sound waves because I sit here and talk that way. So all of this foam over here is really going to absorb a lot of the sound, and then the blanket thing over here is going to absorb even more. So obviously I need to get some more stuff over on this wall, and maybe put that 4th piece of foam up there along the top of the closet. That would probably help, and then get something on this wall. But yeah, just got to cut down on the echo. I found this rug. I've had this rug for like 10 months. I got it at Goodwill for $25. Great deal. It's super thick, like a shag carpet. Before we had the rug in here, the echo was really, really bad, but the rug really helped on the echo. So everything's looking nice. These were $5 a piece. I got the foam for like $250 for all 4 pieces. So that's 15, 16, 17, $17.50 for all those, plus a can of spray paint. And then that was, I think the wood was like $20. The sign, the wooden sign, was more expensive. I think that was like 12. It was like $25, half off. And the blankets were like $1.50 each. So not too much financial investment for some cool wall decorations in my office that are cool looking and also functional as a sound absorber. if you guys have watched this video all the way through, I definitely appreciate your time because this has been a super long video and not really a ton to do with actually reselling things. But I've got like 7 or 8 things I sold yesterday. I've got to get those pulled, packed, and shipped out. But thank you guys for watching this video today. If you enjoyed it at all, remember to hit the thumbs up button down below. It takes 2 seconds, totally for free. Really helps me and the channel out a ton. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing to this channel for more content just like this. Thank you guys for watching. You're the best, and we'll catch you on the next one.